my biggest concern is that if we have to tap into that $2.5 million that this board or the previous board agreed on, which I'm a part of now, and I'm accepting that responsibility. However, I do not believe, and it is my opinion, and I'm not sure it's opinions of the other board members, that the county taxpayers that are not on the service authority infrastructure should be having to burden the debt of this project. For me, or anybody else that lives in an area where you're on a well and a sewer, I don't feel like it's my responsibility to pay for this. The service authority, from what I've understood in years past, it was supposed to be a self-serving authority, right?
Right.
So, and under this situation, I don't see it that way, right? I may have understood why the 2.5 would have been borrowed under the county, but again, that's water under the bridge. I would like to see, and again, referring back to what was discussed in the service authority meeting that Mr. Martin brought up, and Mr. Pugh, I think as well. I think we need to either fish or cut bait. We have some infrastructure needs from aging systems, correct?
Right.
And whether we need to redirect that money toward aging infrastructures based on what we know or based on what we may not know, as far as needs may be. But again, if that's the case, in my opinion, the service authority needs to take on that debt, not this board of supervisors.
Site plan concept is to be completed by the end of this month.
I do not believe that we need to continue to, that the county taxpayers holistically need to continue to bear the burden of this $2.5 million of debt.
There's development, and so I'm not sure how I feel about your statement that it's just the ratepayers and their responsibility to pay for it and not the rest of the county. In my mind, we are one county, and we want to see development, and we want to see our tax revenue come into the county. So I'm not sure that I can sit back and say, I want those things, but I want the southern end of the county to pay for it.
$2.5 million that the county has borrowed may not even be needed to be able to support that project, whether it happens or it doesn't happen, right? Because at this point in time, again, the previous board set the language up to where, again, once there was enough connection fees to support that, it was to be transitioned over to the service authority to start with, right? So that the people that live on that system or operate off of that system was going to be paying for it. That was the initial intention, from what I understand.
And I support what you're saying about if we don't need that $2.5 million, let's give it back and get it off our books.
Yeah.
I support that completely.
Because as Mr. I'm not sure who provided the financial report to us the last time we talked about our debt service and the things that we need as far as CIP projects and other, super priorities that we need, and you know, we're struggling with trying to figure out how we're gonna finance those, right? I don't wanna be looking at debt that's not needed.
Keep throwing money at this for no reason. I can't support that